We're going to explain how group by works in SQL, even when you're not using aggregate functions like sum, AVG, count, mun, or max. It's a bit counterintuitive at first, but it's a powerful tool. 1. The basic idea. The group by clause groups rows that have the same values in specified columns into summary rows, like a spreadsheet's pivot table. Normally, you'd then use aggregate functions to get summary statistics for each group. But group bys can also be used without them, resulting in a smaller, more focused result set. 2. Group by. Without aggregates, eliminating duplicates. Imagine you have a table called customers with columns customer ID, name, city, and country. If you run select customer ID, name, city, country from customers group by customer ID, you're essentially saying, show me one row for each unique customer ID. SQL will choose arbitrarily which row's name, city, and country values to display for each customer ID. There's no guarantee that it will choose the same row every time you run this query. This is because, without aggregate functions specifying how to combine multiple rows with the same customer ID, SQL is free to choose one row from each group. Therefore, you're effectively removing duplicate customer ID entries, but other column values are unpredictable and may change on subsequent executions. 3. Important note on non-aggregated columns. The non-aggregated columns in the select list must be included in the group by clause. If you tried select customer ID, name from customers group by customer ID, this would likely work, though it's not standard SQL, because name is related to customer ID. However, select customer ID, city from customers group by customer ID, is valid because city could potentially have multiple values for a single customer ID. But select customer ID, city from customers group by customer ID, name, would be perfectly valid, producing a result set showing every unique combination of customer ID and name, removing only truly redundant rows. You should always include all columns in the select list within the group by list unless you are using aggregate functions. Or, practical application, slightly more complex. Let's say you have a table of orders with columns order ID, customer ID, order date, and order status. If you wanted to find all unique customer IDs and their most recent order date, you could not use group by customer ID alone. But you can use this in conjunction with aggregate functions and subqueries. You'd need something like select customer ID, max order date, as last order date from orders group by customer ID. This correctly shows each customer ID with their latest order date, because the max function handles the aggregation needed. However, a group by alone without aggregates would not be suitable for such a task. In short, while group by is mainly used with aggregate functions for summarizing data, it can be used without them to effectively deduplicate based on a selected key column, but remember that results for non-aggregated columns will be unpredictable. Always be mindful of the implications when omitting aggregate functions. Using group by without aggregates is a technique to understand, but generally avoid using it in any production system due to its unpredictable nature.